Today we're going to look at how we can save money fast. Hello, my name's Rachel and I do videos all about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year, and today I want to share with you how you can save some money really quickly so that you can get a control on your finances. Probably like me, you're finding that everything is getting a lot tighter, things are going up in price and actually it's getting harder to keep control. So let's go through some strategies that we can do to kind of get a grip on our finances so that we can be in control and know exactly what's going on with our money, because awareness is key here. So the first thing we need to do to save money fast is to create a budget. I have a basic budget here that lists all my bills that come out each month, so I know exactly what's going to be coming out every month, and that money is already set aside, so I don't have to think about those things. But what's really important is that you know exactly what's coming out and when, and creating a budget that kind of meets that. So know that you are not spending more than you have got coming in. So have a list of everything that goes out, everything that comes in, and make sure it's balanced. From this, you then need to think about which items are you paying for that you don't use. Could you cut any of the bills? Could you cut any of the subscriptions? Could you do a SIM-only contract on your phone rather than paying for a handset? Think about ways that you can shave some of the money off of your bills so that you have got the minimum amount necessary going out. And if you look carefully, this is one that I did back in January when gas and electric together used to only be £58. Those are the days, hey? Now I'm looking at £120. Madness. I think even a year ago today, maybe just before January this year, I was only paying £36. Sad times, and my rent's about to go up, so I know exactly how important every single penny is in my account. So you need to have a budget to know exactly what's coming in, what's going out. When you have got your main bills listed, you then need to think about the extra spends, the variables. Food is a variable, petrol is a variable, and so is kind of spend on everyday kind of items that are not necessary. So you need to think about how much you normally spend on food. Is there a way that you can reduce it by batch cooking or meal planning so that you are keeping a control of what is being spent on food, and really think about whether or not there's ways you can reduce it. I know a lot of people spend a lot more than I do on food a month with the same number of people in the house. So think about how you can reduce your food bill. Petrol, obviously this is going to be a bit of a consistent, but know exactly how much you spend on average a week, so you know how much you spend in a month, and know that how much will you need for extra trips at weekends or going out, etc. So those two you can get a control of. And this is when we look at the spend area. So in the spend area, how much are you spending on takeaways, eating out, drinks, how much are you spending on knickknacks for your home, unnecessary gifts, extra bits and pieces that are not really serving a purpose and just adding more things to your home. Think about ways that you can reduce in some of those areas so that you're really tracking. And this is what I now do on a monthly basis. I have done for almost 2 years now. I think we're about to do 2 years next month. But I track absolutely everything that I am spending. I will take a receipt every time I spend money, and I will keep a track of what I'm spending on so that I know if I'm spending too much in one area. So number 2, which I've kind of just covered, is think about areas that you can cut your bills. So are there any subscriptions? Are there any areas in your spending that you can reduce down to get a better control of your finances? Cut the unnecessary things so that you can choose really carefully what you spend that money on. Number 3 then is to give yourself a specific spend amount. So I usually give myself £100 a month. You may want to eat out slightly more, and that might be the thing that you want to spend more money on. So you might allocate yourself £150 a month. Decide how much is appropriate for you to be spending kind of loosely on what you want, so that you know that you have got some freedom, but you do not have too much freedom that you're spending more than you need to. Number 4 then is to meal plan. This means that you need to think carefully about your food shop and plan in roughly what meals you're going to have each week. They don't have to be a certain day, certain meal. It can just be roughly you're going to have these 7 meals each week, and decide which ones you're going to have each week, and you can vary them up, mix them up. But if you plan out what you're going to have, you'll know exactly what you've already got in the cupboards. You can write a shopping list from that, and then you can reduce your food bill. Number 5 is to food shop at cheaper stores. If you're somebody that normally shops in Sainsbury's, can you reduce it down to Tesco? If you normally shop in Tesco, can you reduce it down to Lidl? If you normally shop in Lidl, can you reduce it down to Aldi? So think about ways that you can reduce your spend by going to a cheaper store and buying unbranded products. And leading into number 6 is to buy unbranded products. So if you're normally somebody that goes for a branded name, see if you can have a go at trying to mix up some of those brands so that you're going to the unbranded own store items. Give them a try. There'll be some that you like, there'll be some that you don't like, and that's absolutely fine. But find which ones you could do a swap for to save yourself some money. Number 7 is to only shop once a week. And I know that I don't fit that rule because I have to go to Aldi for main shop and Sainsbury's or Tesco for gluten free. But generally I do one shop a week, and that is my food that I will use for that week. I don't go to the shop and buy extra little bits and pieces. I go once a week and I stick to my list that I have made. Number 8 is to use up items that you already have. So if you're meal planning, this is a really easy way of using up all the products that you already have in your stock cupboard so that you can only buy the things that you absolutely need to make up that meal. You could also get in the habit of using up products around the bathroom, cleaning products, everything like that. Use up products that you already have before you purchase new. Number 9 is to be mindful about what you're spending your money on. So ask yourself some questions. Is it going to bring me joy? Is it going to be purposeful? Is it got a use? Is it going to add value to my life? Think about those questions when you're purchasing and whether or not they meet any of those criteria. If they don't, then reconsider whether or not you really need it in your life. Number 10 is to wait 30 days before purchasing. A really difficult one, but if you're making a big ticket purchase specifically, then this is a really good way of just checking that that is definitely the product you really want, and it gives you an opportunity to also shop around for the best price so that you're not paying more than you need to. So leave it in your basket for 30 days and then decide if you still really want it, it's worth purchasing. So give yourself that thinking time around a product so that you're avoiding those impulse purchases that you'll later regret. Hopefully you've enjoyed these videos. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos on decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year. Take care. Bye.